She changed where all the scenes were. There we go.
Are we ready?
Yep, it's rolling.
All right.
Yeah, nobody told me that the sound was low until we had put out, I think, 3 episodes with low sound.
Well, hopefully we got that fixed. All right, well, welcome to Half Hour at Halfsack. I am your host, Halfsack. Little Rick is not in the studio today. He's on another mission for his big-ass anal beads research development party. So we got Big Mo in here. He's going to be silent now for some reason.
I'm here.
Oh, he's here. Special guest in the studio, co-founder El Dorado Studios. He comes to check, make sure we're doing shit right. You got Jason over there. Afterlives Jason.
Gentle sirs.
Jazz is on her way. It's official. She sent the text message. She'll be here soon. She makes sure that we don't hit the wrong buttons.
She finished her assignment.
So, welcome out there on Twitchyville. Tell us if you can hear us. We'll be watching. I can't get Rick to respond.
I think all my peeps are busy today, so we might not.
We'll go ahead and jump right into emails then. We got one from Rick from a while ago. He wants us to talk about kids and folding maps. We'll start with that. I thought we already discussed that.
I don't think so.
We didn't talk about
A little bit, but
talk about going on vacation, not having folding maps anymore. It's all GPS. I tell you what, we can wait for Rick when he returns.
He can chime in.
Yeah, we'll do that if he comes on Twitch. Then I got another here. Says mechanical bull.
Oh, that's a video.
Oh, then we'll skip that until Jazz gets here. And spirits or ghosts?
Spirits and ghosts.
Spirits and ghosts. Well, you just like people that lies. If I don't say the right word, y'all all top of me. It's the, not the.
Yeah.
Spirits and ghosts. What?
I just want to know if anybody had any experiences with that. Do you believe, not believe?
I believe. What about you, Jason?
I don't believe in any of that.
You don't believe in any of that?
Not any of it.
You can't explain something? You don't want to say it's a ghost?
Well, I can. Have you guys ever heard of the Bell Witch down in Tennessee?
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
the most documented. So we went to the cave one time, took
Bell
the
Witch
tour
cave?
and all that, yeah. And my water pump went out on the way back.
Uh-huh.
And Amy swears up and down it's because I was making fun of it the whole time I was there.
Well, you shouldn't have done that.
So the witch made the water pump go out of the vehicle.
Well, there you go.
I feel like it was just a POS vehicle. And there was no witchcraft involved in the water pump issue.
So what you're saying is you're making an excuse to disbunk
Yeah.
a ghost thing.
Yeah.
You won't believe in it. Say, oh, that's a coincidence.
Here's my
It's
thing.
got to be something else. It can't be a ghost. It's got to be something else.
There was only one time a water pump went out on me while I was visiting a ghost. But I've had lots of water pumps go out. Unghost related. I feel like it was a coincidence.
Well, maybe you just didn't know they were ghosts at the time.
Sure. If I can blame all my car trouble on ghosts, then I'm good to go with that.
Yeah.
But no.
I've had experiences. I've had experience with UFO, too.
I've not had any experiences with UFOs. I have had experience with ghosts. We were visiting my cousin up in Indiana, and
Good story. We'll move on from here.
all right, go ahead. Anyways, we were up there, and the child had went to bed, and we heard some noise coming from in there. Went in, and they had a rocking horse in the corner, and the child sound asleep. We knew the child was sound asleep. And the rocking horse sitting over there in the corner rocking.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd done some research on the property, and there was a
Did
little.
you check for an air conditioning vent near the rocking
There
horse?
was nothing.
Open window.
That would, nothing.
Nothing to debunk it.
Nothing to debunk it. There was a child that had been killed on that property,
Mm-hmm.
and was actually in a small cemetery out where the barn used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And they're thinking that the child spirit was restless. And we had several experiences with a child there.
Well, and one reason why I can't disprove ghosts or whatnot, but I'm going to give you a story. When Casey, my daughter, was born, It fell off there.
Yeah.
They don't want Mikey Mo on the picture.
Mikey
there.
Mo doesn't need to be on the picture today.
I'm not gonna blame this one on a ghost. Just
Oh, we're not going to blame it on
We're
the ghost?
talking about ghosts, and all of a sudden it happens.
It happens. Come on, Jay.
I'm blaming this on crappy setup. Well, I'm looking at the wrong one. That's what's going on. Okay, there we go.
On
All right.
the sticky widget.
Well, I was looking at the delayed one, and I'm like, why is it going the opposite way?
But Casey was about 2 years old, and when, like I was telling you about, had the double pneumonia that nearly killed me.
Yeah.
When I came out of the hospital, a few days later, Dad goes in for pneumonia, and he ended up dying 23 hours later. The near exact time that Dad passed away in the hospital, Casey was at my in-laws, and they said that she woke up just screaming like a banshee. And Jennifer asked what time, this happened. And it was the exact time, or within a few minutes of the time that Dad passed away. Now, you can't just say that's coincidence, because Casey slept like a log. But all of a sudden, she just wakes up at the same time that Dad had to pass away.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a ghost or not, though.
Well,
it's like my thing.
Casey and Dad were close before he passed away. I know she was only a couple years old, but he would take her ride around on the scooter and, his wheelchair and all that, and he adored her. So she said the time that she said that this happened, that Casey woke up screaming, happened to be the exact same time that we're at the hospital and Dad passed away.
See, but I feel like that's different. I feel like some people can sense stuff that we really don't have a word for, but I don't necessarily believe that's a ghost talking to you.
You don't think it's a ghost or a spirit?
Well, I believe that maybe she felt that, he was gone. Okay. Like there was some kind of link between them and realized he was, but I don't believe that's a ghost thing.
So you're saying ghost things, they got to have the sheet?
Yeah, they got to have the sheet. They got to go boo.
They got it.
You got to chase them down with a dog and some Scooby snacks.
Yeah. Unexplained.
GE Custom says he blames you, Chuck, or
is he on here? Oh, shoot.
GE Custom
there he
says,
is.
I blame Chuck.
We sound great. I can hear you just fine. You told me to make notes. But we're going to wait for you when you... Hold on, I'm trying to catch up to you. In spirits and ghosts like bitches and hoes. And he blames me. I feel Chuck.
He feels Chuck. How often do you feel Chuck?
Are you feeling me right now? But you're alive. You can't really be in on this conversation. You're alive, and you can't feel me if you're alive.
Did you get the mission complete?
Yeah. Because I got your photo of your latest development of the big ass anal bead. He is expanded.
Oh.
He's expanded. Now when Jazz gets here, I'm gonna clue her in.
Nice.
So she can put it up on the Twitch screen there for everybody, and they can see what we're looking at. But her car is now fixed. We'll get your ass here.
Did you ever hear the story about the time that we went to the wedding in Bardstown at the old plantation house that was supposedly haunted?
Don't think so.
Well, you know Josh, right?
Yeah.
Josh got married down at this place.
Oh, did he?
It's supposedly hugely haunted and all this, and so we went. And my wife goes in the basement, which is the most haunted place, takes a bunch of pictures, comes back up, says there's something weird in all these pictures. Look at this picture. And then she shows me this picture, and there's this like peach fuzzy thing in the corner. And then she shows me the next picture, and then the next picture, and then the next picture. And I'm like, yeah, it's in every one of the exact. How do you hold your phone when you take a picture? And then she showed me, and her finger's right there in the corner of the lens.
Well, I like the pictures of the vapor. It's like, how'd they get in the picture? It's because your cigarette's right there.
Smoking. Yeah.
Jazz says that he was supposed to be here, and Rick says, I want to feel Jason.
He wants to feel Jason.
This is
See, Rick, he took the weekend off for you.
No, one day. I got to go back to work tomorrow.
He took the day off.
One day.
For his massage rub down thing. And you're not even here to do it.
It's fine.
He's disappointed.
I don't want to get kicked off Twitch for that. That seems to violate their sexual content policy. So that's fine.
All right. So Next item on the list. We already did that now.
Wait, what happened to the UFO? I thought we were going to talk about UFO.
okay.
About UFO.
High school. There was, Little Rick was one, but there was about 4 or 5 of us that would walk home. We lived that close to school that we couldn't be bused. And here it is, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever. And we look up, and there is an object in the sky. Not in the eye, in the sky. Wouldn't say it was triangular or whatever. It didn't really have a defined shape. But there was a object sitting still. And didn't really think anything of it. And then all of a sudden, it darted off. I mean, in a blink of an eye, it's gone. And we lived near a major Army facility.
Yeah.
And there were 4 of their fast planes. I don't know, F-16s. I don't know. I'm not aircraft.
Yeah.
But they were flying after it at a pretty hefty speed to try to catch up to it. Now, this thing was just hovering there and then took off in the blink of an eye. That's my only UFO experience of seeing that. I believe there's something else out there.
Is that before drone time or after drone time?
This was 25 years ago.
Yeah, that would have been before.
Way before.
Yeah. This 25 years ago.
I believe fully there's UFOs.
There's something else out
I
there.
just believe they belong to us and the Russians.
Laura's mom said Casey's mobile started after putting her in the crib, and we never used the mobile.
I forgot about Big Rick. Yeah, I forgot about that. It was eye floating in the sky next to the eye booger.
I mean, he's got you there. It could have been a defect in your own eye.
But the 4 of us that saw it, come on now. Not all of us had defects in our eye.
Well, you know they come out, the Pentagon come out like, I guess it was a year and a half, 2 years ago now, with video of stuff that they flat out said was concerning to them, that it was UFOs that kept showing up in active battle theaters that they couldn't explain and couldn't catch.
Yeah.
And, like, there's, like, senators talking about it. Like, they're not saying it's aliens.
They won't deny it or confirm it, but...
Well, I think they're just trying to show off this video saying we don't know what it is. So when the Russians see it and the Chinese see it, they're going to think, well, the Americans don't know what it is either.
Yeah.
Just like all the triangle UFOs we had in the, early 80s and 70s.
Yeah.
They turned out to be stealth bombers.
Yeah, but this was 91, 92, so it was 25 years ago.
Oh, I believe we've got stuff that nobody has any idea that we have.
But it was, I couldn't really say a distinctive shape, but it was a blob, okay? I mean, it wasn't triangular, I didn't see no sharp edges, but it wasn't circular round, it was just something up there.
I hate to pick on Amy again, but one time she came home talking about a UFO she saw, and she described it. It was this huge green flash of light, and then this streak of green fire, like, across the road, and then it landed in the field, and she's like, I don't know, I think I ought to call the cops, because it definitely landed in that field. Then I showed her a picture of an iron meteorite, and she's like, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, you should have still got it. It'd been nice on your little man.
Oh, no, we should have totally went back and got it. I found out later, them things are worth thousands of dollars. Yeah, thousands.
Size of a quarter, but we get it.
No, if you get one the size of a baseball, it's like $4,000 or $5,000.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Most of them don't make it to the ground, apparently.
Yeah.
So
the atmosphere's a bitch.
Yeah, we screwed up by not going and digging that one up immediately.
Yeah. But no, that was my only UFO experience. I've never been probed. Little Rick, I think he gets probed about every weekend.
That's voluntary, though.
Yeah, I mean, and it's man-made with his big-ass anal beads, but...
It's product development.
But I want to send a shout-out to Laura's mom, GE Customs, and Doodler Jazz. Anybody else want a shout-out? Type something. We like to keep y'all involved. I know Ronnie's probably listening. She ain't typing. She's probably laughing her ass off about UFOs and shit. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, it says Gatlinburg and rental vehicles.
Ugh.
He's wanting to bring that
Here
up
we go
again.
That's one of Jason's favorites.
Ugh. Town needs to just not exist anymore. It's the worst. The worst.
No, you just had a bad experience because you got bad information.
Yeah, I should have stayed in Pigeon Forge and went to Gatlinburg one day.
Yeah. So when we went down, that's what we did. We went to Sevierville.
Yeah.
And rented a cabin. We were there for a whole week. Cost us $415 for the cabin. 2 rooms, jacuzzi tub, and then the hot tub out on the back patio, log cabin. Kids loved it. Nice size kitchen,
No, that's definitely what we should have done.
We had a king size bed, kids just slept on the couches. They didn't give a shit. That was fun to them.
That's definitely what we should have done.
Everything was in a short driving distance. We did the aquarium thing. I wasn't impressed, but I guess you heard the story of me sending Casey in to get Mason out of the penguin tube.
No, I haven't heard that.
You didn't hear that?
No.
Did they have the penguin exhibit? And
Yeah.
there was a tunnel that
that was closed because they were
it?
cleaning a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. We went down. We did the aquarium one day, and went through all the fish, and you see the sharks over you, and blah blah blah. But the penguins, they had their own exhibit, exhibit is what we call it. But they had a tube, and it ran probably about 50 feet. Jazz is here.
Jazz is in the house.
Ran about 50 feet, and the kids could put their heads up in a dome thing, and the penguins, they can look at the penguins closer,
Yeah.
Well, Mason, we got him out of the stroller and let him go down there, with the rest of the kids and all that. And I was to go down to the other side of the exhibit or whatever and wait for him to come out. He wouldn't come out. So we sent Casey in. She says she's in control. We sent Casey in to get Mason.
Yeah.
First time she comes out with the wrong kid. So we had to send her back in. And she came out and says, I can't get him. He won't come out, da-da-da-da. And there's other parents there that's having the same issues, that their kids are going in, but they won't come out because they're having too much fun with the penguins inside there. And I told Jennifer, I said, I guess I'm going to have to go in, but you may have to get somebody to get me out because I'm going to get stuck in there,
Yeah.
At that time, I weighed about, 350, 400. And, me trying to climb through this little bitty tube to go get the boy who refuses to come out. And you can tell there's other parents on the other end doing the same shit.
Yeah.
So, and I thought, all right, have Casey go back to Jennifer's side of the exhibit and shove his ass out or scare him out, and I'll be at the end here and I'll catch him, Didn't really work that well, But some parents went in there and, it's like, well, what kid you need? Yeah, he's in the blue shirt, bring him out. When they built this, they didn't realize that parents don't want to get on their hands and knees and go after these kids because the tunnel wasn't that big.
Oh, they realized it. They realized it.
They just don't care.
That's why they're watching the video, laughing their ass off.
Probably,
and all these people on their hands and knees going in there.
Well, that and the aquarium that's camouflaged that sticks out about 5-6 feet farther than what you thought it was that Amy walked into.
The kids like petting the stingrays or the horseshoe crabs or whatever it was. They had a good time. Now, Casey, we did the roller coaster thing. You get
Alpine coaster.
That's it, Alpine. That's it. You go up about a half mile to a mile up into the mountain.
Yeah.
And they release you, and it's a free fall back down, switchbacks, twirlies, and all this other shit. And you have a brake. Okay, you're in this cart, and you brake yourself. That's
a bad plan.
They said don't hit the car in front of you. And Casey wanted to do this. And I think we went about 3 years ago is when it was. And so we stood in line, and the line was long, but it went pretty quick. I mean, we weren't,
Well, they're rocking in people down that mountain at 70 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Right. So we get in, and she's in front of me on this cart, and I'm in the back, and I've got the handbrake and all that. So we're going up the hill, about a 45-degree angle. And we get up to the top, and they've got us spaced out like 10 seconds before the next car can go up.
Yeah.
We get up to the top. They let us go, and so I'm holding on the brake a little bit, and Casey's, no, let go. Let's faster. All right. So I just let go, and we are flying. And we're coming through blind corners and switchbacks and the twisties and the swirls and the whole 9 yards. And we get about halfway, 3/4 of the way down, and I see the car in front of us. There's 2 chicks on there screaming, and they're holding on to the brakes. So here I'm holding on to these brakes, trying to slow us down as fast as I can not to hit them, but they won't go any faster because they're scared shitless. But Casey wants to go faster, and I'm just going, shit, there's bound to be somebody behind us flying down here, too.
Oh, guarantee it.
So they finally let go of the brakes when we're leveled off coming back into the station. I was like, shit, we were having a good time. We'd seen if we could break some record or something. But now, these chicks are probably 15, 16, by themselves, and they're screaming like they're scared shitless or whatnot.
Yeah, that's not me. There was one time where I took a wrong turn when we were down there, and I wound up on the mountain on the other side of the strip.
Uh-huh.
And I looked over, and we were taller than that Space Needle.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, fuck this. I want out of here.
Yeah.
No, I want off this.
I did that too.
But what we did was we went.
I was in a Suburban.
We went to
when
town,
I did that.
and we would park the car at the aquarium and just ride the trolley every place else. We didn't go into the aquarium but just one day.
Yeah.
But that's where we parked the car and just took a trolley everywhere else. Did the Ripley's thing. There's like 5 of them down there. We did like 3 or 4 of them. Kids like that one, especially with the Transformer out front. Mason loved that shit.
See, that one's gone now.
Oh,
like
it's
the
not there anymore?
Well, it's still there, but the Transformer's gone.
No shit.
It's not, it's not there.
Did the Fudge Factory and what else was the other attraction that they wanted to do? But we just rode the trolley around for a while. Jennifer wanted the outlet
we should
shops.
have done that too.
The kids wanted the aquarium. I just wanted no heat, you know. But we had a good time, and we didn't spend a heck of a lot of money. I mean, $400 on the cabin for the week.
We spent that for 2 nights in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think our total trip was probably $700, $750.
Yeah,
with all the attractions.
We were in the $25 to $3,000 range by the time we were said and done.
Yeah, because you were actually in town there. That's
yeah.
You got bad information.
I did, and then she's like, well, why didn't you go into one of those moonshine places and sit down and listen to the bands? I was like, because I don't take my kid into bars when everybody is drunk.
Yeah.
Well, they're not drunk. I was like, they were drunk. I'm telling you, everybody on that strip was drunk.
Went into Cooter's place and, checked out the General Lee and all the other.
Yeah, I thought about going in there, but it was too far to walk. Once we were done with the aquarium, I was like, yeah, no, let's head back towards the hotel.
Yeah.
That's, no.
Yeah, me and Jennifer went many years ago, before Casey was born, and there was a theater down there that I think we paid $5 each. And you went up to the second floor of this theater, and they all of a sudden turned the lights out and everything, and Jennifer's sitting next to me. And this was after we were married.
Did she feel you?
No.
Oh.
But it was a weird experience because they would have a glove that was light, you keep the light on and it glows, or a glowing glove or shit like that, and it would just come out and they'd have these sounds. It's like a haunted experience or something.
Oh yeah, I think that was still down there. We decided not to do it because we didn't want Calvin to be freaked out for the rest of the week.
Was that the Ripley's one?
That's the one I'm thinking of.
It may have been part of Ripley's, but man, it was great for the $5 we paid. I mean, it was 30-minute entertainment, but we had a hell of a time there, and that was just when we went down by ourselves. But we didn't take the kids into that.
There's just entirely too many people down there.
Yeah, there is.
Like, it would have probably been more fun if there was like 25% of the people.
Mm-hmm.
It was just too much. Like, if you can't walk down the street,
You can't drive down the street. It's horrendous.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just walking. Driving was certainly out of the question, but just walking was difficult. It was like the only thing I can compare it to is when I went to New York City.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only time I've ever been on a street with that many people trying to walk and push each other.
But yeah, they've got apps for the trolley down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, I think I still got it on my phone, the trolley app. But no, we had a great time. The kids enjoyed it. We didn't do a heck of a lot, but we did do 3 or 4 of the Ripleys. We did some of the other things, but mostly it was shopping. Did you go by the 3 Bears? What's it called?
Is it that wood mall that's like half floors and it's like 5 stories tall?
No, I think this was only like 2 or 3, but in the back of the building was 3 bears exposed in the back, and there was 2 levels, and you could feed the bears and all that.
No, we didn't do that. Yeah,
I think the place was called 3 Bears General Store or something like that.
We didn't make it to there.
Yeah, we did that. The kids love feeding the bears out there.
You're saying that Amy could have fed the bears?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a tube. Here's the thing. There's a tube that you just put the food down. It's like a PVC pipe, and it would ride down like a 10-foot PVC pipe down to the bears. And they knew to come to these pipes to get food. There was a caged area. I mean, you couldn't get 10 feet from the bears. I mean, they were behind cages and locked up or whatever, But there was a caged area where you were outside in the bear area. You were still protected. It was a platform, a little bridge, but they still couldn't get near you, but you could smell them.
If I couldn't high five a bear, there's no point in it.
There's no point to it?
Yeah.
But, there's 2 stories of it, and you just throw some food down a 2-inch PVC pipe, and that bear would be right down there to catch it.
Was the food Subway? Because I hear bears like Subway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
did hear
You
that.
probably could have brought Subway in there. I don't know. But it was a gift shop type thing too, and they had a wooden bear out front that was like they had two of them. One you could stand next to, and the other one was like a seat, a bench.
Yeah.
I might have a picture of it because we took a picture of Mason sitting. I think sitting on.
Is it the one that you had to ride up to? Because somebody said there was bears at the Ober something, the Christmas-looking place.
A place called a thing.
And you rode a ski lift up there to it. I don't know.
I don't remember the name.
Yeah, 2016 is when we went. Is this the bear? Nope, that's a trolley. Y'all talk. I'll find the pictures.
So how is
You're
it?
hot on this trolley, aren't you? Anybody that's got the trolley app downloaded onto his phone is into it. Wow.
So how was work?
I didn't need to be there.
You didn't need to be there, or you didn't
So
want to
why were
be
you there?
I don't know. There was over 10 employees there, and I've never seen that many employees in that building. They didn't have enough jobs for us to do, that half of us were standing around trying to figure out what to do.
Somebody screwed up a schedule is what happened there.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
Was the big tire still out there? The big Goodyear tire?
No, I don't
Not
remember
see
seeing
the
that
big
either.
tire.
Oh yeah, that was.
At all.
I didn't go to any of the Ripley places. I did go to the Moonshine place, though.
Oh, there was several. There was not just one.
Yeah.
There was one that had a sign for free tastings. We went in there and said it's $5, and I'm like, but the sign says free. We ain't had free tastings since 2015. It's illegal. I'm like, all right, whatever.
That was just to get you in.
Never mind.
False advertising.
There's the bear.
Huh, you found it.
It looks like that mall we went into, but I don't remember seeing that.
That was. Then there's the bear area, I guess you could say. That's one picture.
Yeah, no, I don't have a clue where that was.
There's one of the bears out there.
I mean, I could have walked right past it, but everybody there on foot, I couldn't, I'm kind of short. I couldn't see over everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Ripley's. Some of the pictures from Ripley's, but
We didn't go to any of the bear places.
you need to go to bear places. Amy wanted to see a bear.
She did want to see a bear.
Should have found the bear place.
That was a goal of hers.
Did you guys see any going through the park?
Nope.
None.
No, I saw more trikes down there than what I would have seen at Sturgis. I mean, of course there was no bears. It was like the Hells Angels were going up and down the mountain all day long.
They were looking for the tail of the dragon.
Is that what that is?
Uh,
I know it's down there somewhere.
Yeah,
It's on over in North Carolina, isn't it?
no, it's in Tennessee.
Is it in Tennessee?
311 turns and a 14-mile stretch.
Right.
My ass won't be doing that, especially on the trike.
No. No.
I wouldn't even do it on the Shadow. I'm not.
I wouldn't have done it in that RAV4 we had, probably.
But I have seen videos of 18-wheelers getting through there, and it ain't pleasant. Used to do that. Used to drive, but I never did. Never did do Tail of Dragon in the 18-wheeler I drove. Mount Eagle was enough for me. That's a Tennessee, North Carolina thing.
Yeah.
And Mount Eagle, when you get to the top and driving an 18-wheeler, you have to, by law, pull over in the rest area, check your tires, check your brakes, and then you can start down the hill. Because if you don't keep it in a low gear and you lose brakes, that's what them runaway ramps are for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this mandatory, you had to pull over and check your equipment, and then they would let you proceed.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that brand new RAV4 smelled a little funny when we got down off one of them one time.
Brakes a little worn.
Well, no, I kept shifting it down so I wouldn't wear the brakes out on it. I was trying to be nice to him, but the transmission apparently didn't like it too much.
Say that sound like transmission
didn't like
was
it.
not agreeing with Jason.
But it was a rental, and they wouldn't know about that problem until several months down the road. So it
Exactly.
is what it is.
Exactly.
No, but I'm not ever going back. Just for the record. Never.
Just going to bypass it.
I'm not even going to drive through that area. I'll bypass it on the interstates. I'll take back roads to get away from there.
We're going to Florida, but we're going to Florida through Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't want anywhere
We're
near
going
that
through
place.
Nashville. Or we're just going to pick up I-95 or something.
It was miserable. And then the hotel room with a mouse. It's the only place I've ever stayed with a mouse. Nobody believed me.
You know, you brought up that story
Oh, you
about
found a mouse in there too?
Well, it crawled on me.
Relative.
It crawled on you.
Yes.
Oh, holy Hannah. I
Yeah.
would have went off.
That was, when I heard that on their podcast, it brought back memories of me down at the cabin during hunting season a few years back. Laying on the couch, getting all warm and toasty, about half asleep, and all of a sudden I felt something go down my back, down my pants, and out my pant leg.
Oh, God.
And I rolled over and said that had to be a mouse, and just rolled over,
But if it's a camping trip, I'm expecting it.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
We're in the barn,
Like, I'm fine with that. Like, yeah. What else do I expect? I paid $400 for this hotel room for these nights.
The bathroom door wasn't there.
Should be mouse free.
Yeah.
There should be no mouse.
There should be a level of quality.
No latch on the bathroom door.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Door don't close all the way.
Yeah, no. There was a gap probably 2 inches around the bathroom door all the way around.
Was the bathroom big enough for you to go in and change your mind at least, or was it?
Not really.
It was that small, huh?
It was utilitarian. It was, you walked in, there's the sink, there's the commode, there's the shower. It was.
That reminds me, Rick had bought a trailer, or lived in a trailer. I don't know, they probably rented, but lived in a trailer that the toilet was in the bathroom. They had the shower and the sink, but the toilet was like in its own room. It had its own door. You'd have to walk in backwards to shut the door, and when you sat down, your knees was touching the door. That's how small his master bathroom was in that trailer.
We stayed in a fancy hotel in Lexington, I think it was. That the toilet had its own, like, big fancy room with its own sink. Like, you would go in the bathroom and there would be, like, a bathtub, a shower, a bidet, and then, like, there was another door you went into that had a toilet and a sink.
Is that right?
It was weird.
Never heard of that one.
It was definitely strange. And then the bidet being in the other room threw me off, too. That was a little weird.
Did you use the bidet?
No.
Yeah, what happened to the bidet, Jace?
I might have broke the bidet.
Did you grab your shit on the bidet and take a shit?
I was trying
Did you know it was a bidet before
I did, and I was trying to figure out, like, how it worked. And while I'm turning the knobs, I apparently turned the wrong knob, and it never worked again. Like, it never water fountained again. And I was like, all right, well, I guess this is out of commission. We're just going to pretend like we didn't use this at all.
We didn't know what that second toilet in there was for. We thought it was a urinal at first, but we figured out it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I knew what it was. I was just seeing how the fancy folk lived and how it worked. And somehow...
It's fancier than you could do.
I don't want to be fancy.
Do you get bitched at home when you don't put the toilet seat down?
No, we have a standing agreement that...
If it's up, you put it down, and if it's down, you put it up?
No. We just leave it wherever it's at.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like, if it's down, I'll raise it up so I don't pee on the seat.
But then you're just going to leave it up.
But then I'm also not going to put it down.
Right.
I'm not doing all the work here.
Right. It's not all your responsibility.
Yeah.
In Japan and over there, do you know they actually got toilets that do all that for you?
Oh, yeah. The Japan toilet market is very high tech.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And warm water, the bidet
Warm
thing.
seats.
Yeah, yes, warm seats.
Yeah.
They got them where protective cover will come out on its own.
Yeah.
As soon as you flush it, disappears with it
Yeah.
too. Yeah, you got to check out how it's made.
Are these in public places?
Yeah.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Japan have very fancy toilets.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
And they don't in the homes, there's just a hole in the ground and you just squat over it.
Right.
Yeah. But in the restaurants and stuff, they got them fancy toilets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Check it out.
No.
I think we lost Rick. He ain't text.
He is MIA.
He probably got his part in. No, he said he got the car done. I know he's on his way here. By the time he gets here, he'll be closing the show
yeah.
out.
Maybe he'll make it for next time.
Yeah, make it early for the next show in 3 weeks.
It
Because we
gives
got a
him
bye
time-
week.
It gives him time not to, find his way after he gets lost.
I know. GPS fails him every so often. Well, that's today's show.
They were talking about Ghost earlier. You missed it.
Oh yeah,
I
you're
heard
in
some of it.
Well, what's your thoughts?
I heard you talking about how, that wasn't her grandpa's ghost. Calling it something else after she woke up screaming like a banshee.
I'm sorry. Was that insulting? You're making it sound like I was insulting.
No, that's just the part that I heard, so I don't really know where all of this came from.
Yeah.
I'm a little lost.
Well, another thing Jennifer said, and I forgot about, was that she had a mobile in her crib. We never turned the mobile on, but every so often it would turn on itself on, and there was no batteries. One of them wind up, the old antique type. And we just always said it was Big Rick, because Big Rick died around the same time she was born, But, I believe in ghosts. There's something going on. Spirits of some sort.
That's fine. I'm not going to make fun of you for that.
It's all right.
I'm just not going to agree. That's all. Jazz believes. I don't make fun of her.
I know the
Most
big
of the time.
hospital in the big city. They make
Oh, yeah.
they make a killing on this.
Mm-hmm.
The ghosts and the spirits.
Yeah, making
Oh,
fake
you-
haunted houses
yeah.
and
I've
stuff.
toured the place. It's just an empty building with lead paint.
Yeah, we used to hang out in
Jumping
there
off
as
the walls.
teenagers.
Yeah.
Like that was.
I've been run off from there a time or
Yeah,
two.
that was the teenager hangout.
And mom was a candy stripe up there when it was the nursing home. After it was tuberculosis hospital, it was the nursing home.
Right.
You remember when I was a kid, you used to be able to see that place from the main highway there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like where Target was. Like you
Yeah.
could just look up there and see it.
In the fall, you still can.
I haven't seen it in a long time. You may be able to still see it in the fall. But
Yeah, in the fall because that road, that leads to my place.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
when I'm
yeah.
going to work every night, it's straight up in front of me. Yeah, the people that bought it, they're trying to renovate it and make it into a hotel and office space and stuff like that. They've been trying for years.
Yeah, they're assholes.
Oh, are
For
they?
the record, yeah, they're not nice people.
Don't know them personally.
Well, that's my delivery area,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
and everything I've heard about them has not been pleasant. Just saying, they don't treat service people well. They feel like they're very special.
Mm-hmm.
So
So what kind of shows do you watch? Since we talk about ghosts and
that
stuff.
I watch.
Yeah, because I like watching The Librarians. You remember Warehouse 13? Did you ever watch that
No.
show? Did you
Mm.
watch The Librarian?
Negative.
See, he's just not a believer. You didn't either?
No. And I'm a believer.
You should check them out. Get on Netflix and all that. They're good shows. They are. They're entertaining.
It's The Office, Parks and Rec, Superstore.
And
On
speaking of
repeat.
The Office, my daughter has watched all seasons now because of you guys. She's heard your all show and y'all talk about it. She went on a major binge and watched all seasons, all current. And was it last week? Last week, she seemed down, and I said, "What's wrong?" This is the final show. Final show
Yeah.
of what? The Office.
No. You just go back to episode 1, season 1.
That's-
It's just a loop.
yeah.
It's like you remember what was the Pink Floyd album?
Dark
Dark Side of the Moon. When it got to the end, it was the beginning.
Yeah.
Again, that's what you do with The Office. You
Yeah.
just start it
But
completely over.
She was upset that it was the last one. I was like, Casey, it's all right.
And the last one was kind of a
It's
bummer.
the last show. They don't make them no more. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You'll find something else. You'll find something else to start watching. So we
No,
started
no.
watching Lucifer.
Uh,
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like
not
these
watching
people
that.
with The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's Jennifer's show.
Those people are,
I watched the first season, probably the first 5 episodes, got bored with it.
I watched maybe one episode and that was it.
But then,
My sister and them watch it religiously. Not me.
the first 2 seasons were good, and then it just got bad.
now,
I just stopped watching it.
Superstore. Yeah, Superstore. I heard that from you, and I started watching it. Got in about season 2 or 3, and then my tablet busted, so that's in the shop to be repaired.
That show is awesome.
It was awesome.
I watched the first season of it. It's
Did
a good
you?
show.
But
Yeah.
I heard you all talk about it on your all's podcast there,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, I gotta check this out. I had seen one episode on TV, and I don't think it was the first episode. I just
Yeah.
a random episode, flipped through channels, and it didn't interest me at the time.
I wasn't super into it. Like, I just put it on because there was nothing else to watch in the minute. And
and it's something Cal can watch.
it was like by episode 6, I was hooked.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
took to like episode 6 before I was like, this is a good show.
Yeah,
Before that, it was like, eh. What, you
That's my
getting
mommy.
text?
Yeah.
her mommy wants to know where
My
she's
mommy.
at.
So
I
y'all
wonder-
going to the big state fair this week?
Hell no,
What? Why not?
hell no.
Why is everybody so state fair? Like
I-
anti-state fair? That's all I've
worked
heard
it-
all week.
I worked it for a major organization that we're with
Oh yeah.
for several years, and they
Yeah.
they no longer do a booth out there, which
They
I'm
don't?
glad. No, they haven't for the past 3 years because they were not getting enough return because they were paying like a couple $1,000s to rent this
Well,
booth.
what kind of return do they want?
Members.
Well,
And
that's not what we do.
I don't know, but
That's not
I
how we
was told-
we don't recruit.
well, yeah, but I was told that the fair raised their rates.
Oh yeah, they did.
And
Oh, it's
they said
crazy.
It's not worth it. So
It's crazy.
because they had to pay for tickets too for all the people working the booths.
Well, when I worked the Libertarian booth out there, we got so many tickets. I don't remember how many it was, but like it was more than for the people that we were going to have working the booths. No, I loved it. It was just crazy folks all day long working there.
I mean, I do the morning shift. because I work third shift, so I
Yeah.
can just go from work. Mom would go with me. One of the kids would go with me, and then once the afternoon shift got there at 4 o'clock or so, then I'd get to go look at stuff.
Yeah.
I figured there'd be more people that retired would come work with me. No, I had the guy that worked second shift. I had little Rick that worked second shift. It's like it was me and my father-in-law who's retired, and all these other people work second shift. But the people who are retired and don't work, I can't be there till 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Well, yeah, they gotta go to
Are you
McDonald's. They gotta
serious?
drink the coffee. They got a lunch spot they gotta hit. They got a routine they gotta keep, man. You
we
can't break
we
up
don't
that
do
routine.
anything till 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. And then they gotta be gone by 6 so they can get to dinner at the old folks' home.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So, I mean, that was the only benefit that I liked, but the heat. Man, the heat would just kill me. In case you want to go ride the rides, which is fine, but
Yeah, I know.
when it's 100 degrees outside, I can't do that,
I think it's the same reason like I watch the same TV shows. It's familiar.
Mhm.
Every year it's the exact same booths in the exact same places
Right.
with the exact same people.
The knife guy was right next
Yeah.
to us every time. The guy
Wait,
we were
there's a knife
selling
guy?
Bruce.
Yeah, it's not good knives, don't worry.
No. And it was
she
funny.
perked up when she heard knives, didn't she?
And it's funny. The knife guy only had one arm.
It's true, he does. Yeah, I
He's
remember
selling
that.
swords and nunchucks and stars and a shit ton of knives. And he's got one arm. I wonder, and I never asked him.
He never
was
went to
there an
Diamond
accident?
Dave's.
How long you been running this booth? Did you run this booth, when you had two arms, or did you start after the one arm incident? But yeah,
In the hot tubs, I almost buy a hot tub like every year. It's like a tradition that I almost buy a hot tub
yeah,
every year.
Yeah, they always. But yeah, the same shit's in the same place
Yeah.
every year, and you don't.
It's been that way since I was a kid. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, but no, I am. I'm glad it's no longer doing it because it wears me out. I mean, working third shift, just last week with the car show. I mean, working and doing the lodge thing and doing the car show thing, and 4 out of 5 days I'm lodge event with this car show.
Yeah.
Mike don't know how I do it, and I said I just gotten used to it. I don't sleep on Fridays because I don't work Friday night. So
Yeah.
I get 3-day weekends every weekend. If I go to sleep, it's not a 3-day weekend.
I look forward to 2-day weekends, personally.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. It's just
Consecutive.
2-day weekend. I don't even care if it's Sunday, Monday. I just want 2 in a row.
Yeah. But no, I do it and I get it done.
But speaking of knives, how many you got on you right now there?
Just one.
Just
Ooh,
one.
Just one?
Just
one.
one?
Out of the 50? I got one.
See, he's got one too.
I've got one too. I guarantee you ours are tamer than yours.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
mine's so much better than yours.
Huh,
Is,
see?
is yours like dragon blood and,
No,
etched or anything?
mine hangs around my neck.
Oh, you got one of those?
Yeah,
You want more of those?
I love those.
Yeah. You want some more of those? Bigger ones?
Bigger
ones
ones?
with the ones with the T-handle thing on it and all that. It goes around your neck.
It's just a little one.
Just a little one.
Yeah.
That's just for the cheese. That's your cheese serving knife.
It's
Opens
strange.
the barista
I got the Navy SEAL around your neck knives.
Huh.
I'll bring it. You can have them.
I got more now.
I got handheld BB guns. I'll bring that shit for you too.
wait a minute. Aren't
okay.
all BB guns handheld?
I was going to say,
No, not all of them. There's BB rifles too.
but it's still handheld, right?
Well, okay. Shoulder mount, whatever. You don't have to hold it. You can mount some bits on the hood of your car if you wanted to.
There you go.
Go
Get
all
you a
out
piece of
redneck.
string and just keep pulling the. I do. I got some of them knives. I'll bring it in. Let you have them.
I like looking at them.
Because they just
I like
collecting
knives.
dust downstairs in my reloading area.
Yeah, she does like knives.
I do.
That's-
I don't know why. I just do.
I'll bring it to you.
It's a little.
Can you operate a
frightening.
butterfly knife?
I don't have one yet.
No, I talked her out of getting that because I knew exactly what was going to happen is stitches 4 or 5 times.
You trainer.
No, see, I can't do it.
You flip, you twist. You
Hey,
flip, you
Halfsack,
twist.
he won't train me with you.
I'll show you how to
See,
operate a
I'm
butterfly knife.
I'm on his show and on his side. Apparently, I have a contract, so he has to teach me this
See,
stuff.
I have actual switchblades.
Oh, do you?
Apparently, you can't buy them anywhere anymore.
I don't know.
But
The knife guy probably has them.
But I have two of like the actual like switchblades. I've got the one that like
switchblade.
Yeah, that comes out of the side.
Yeah.
You know, like the old movie style one.
You remember the combs?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say that.
Gosh.
I had one of the combs.
They don't make them with the metal backing anymore.
I
It's
know,
all plastic.
they don't.
They're garbage.
Yeah, because the old metal ones you could take that out and put razor blades in.
Yes, mine had the little metal backing on it.
Yeah.
Flip that dude out. And
That's right. The little
you thought you was something.
switchblade. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're plastic now. They feel like crap and look like crap now.
No, I haven't seen one in quite a long time, but.
Yeah. By the way, that camera fell off earlier. So
When we were talking about ghosts,
No, look at that.
I don't think those two are
He
connected.
didn't think they were.
he
connected.
thinks it's
It's a
something.
coincidence.
Yeah,
Poor installation or something. I
yeah,
think
that's what he
said.
blamed it on, poor installation. But
Yeah.
we're discussing ghosts and spirits, and all of a sudden the camera just falls.
Poor installations. You know how much I shook that to make sure it wasn't gonna fall off?
Well, but what you're not
Oh,
thinking is
heck,
you've got
I
it
know
on
what
here with a
you're talking about.
command strip, and it keeps
Yeah.
getting hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. What happens to glue when it gets hot, you think?
That one didn't fall off. It's stuck with a command strip too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but that one's actually resting on the thing more
Let's
so
not-
than this one.
Let's get the
Not
Taps
that
guys
much.
in here. Let's debunk this.
Let's debunk it.
I'm just saying, it just fell.
For the non-believers.
Just fell.
Exactly. Nobody's touching it. It just, we're talking about ghosts and spirits, and the camera just falls right off.
Of course, I had been adjusting it,
Well, you're not supposed to touch it. I had it where it needed to be.
but you didn't though.
Then you touched it.
But you couldn't see Mike at all, so I had to adjust it.
I guess you moved it too much.
Hmm.
I have a feeling you adjusted it before then too. I'm blaming this on you if it's not a ghost.
That's fine. It was definitely a ghost. Sure, let's go with that.
Okay.
That's
That's right. We
We're
got it.
done.
We got it.
made him admit it.
We got to believe
that's
it.
what makes the most sense. Is it was a ghost.
Exactly.
So we'll go with that.
I don't know why you couldn't see that in the first place.
Well, I know I'm not wrong. So that's the only two options, I guess.
It's half hour Halfsack with the ghost experience. We're changing the name of the show. Janice, we need new stationery.
Well, we
I
can
did
get
hear
a.
that I had to make it with the sheet and the,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
you forgot the chains. Don't forget about the chains.
Yeah, you gotta have change.
Yeah.
I was a little miffled y'all forgot about that.
We can get a thermal web camera
You
just
could.
in case something moves again. We can check for cold spots, I guess.
There you go.
So Jay, are you guys going to the fair?
I thought we were doing it after the show.
I was thinking about it. I'm probably not gonna go.
Why?
It's like $100 by the time we get out of there.
Most definitely. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, we got to pay like $15 for parking, right?
$8.
$8 for parking, and I'm gonna have to pay it twice because I'm gonna take up 2 spots.
No, this is $8 to get in.
yeah.
You park however you want.
And then, but the actual fare is how much?
12, 15.
So right there, we're up to $20 plus another 20, so that's 40. A corn dog and a Philly cheesesteak sandwich is
Take
gonna
your
be.
food with
Oh,
you.
that one's
put it in the cooler.
$100 there.
No. If you go to the fair, you gotta eat fair food.
Well, no.
If
Got-
you want to go to
you
the
gonna
fair,
get
we
the-
should go to the fair.
The Krispy Kreme donut burger.
No. I don't go for that
You don't?
crap.
I've never eaten one of those.
I got the fried Oreos one time. It was just sad. It was just a soggy Oreo.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Right.
The
Like,
Twinkies are better. Deep fried Twinkies.
well, the deep fried Kool-Aid, like I was always
Huh?
curious about. Yeah, they have
Yeah,
deep
how do
fried
they do that?
Kool-Aid. I think what they do is they just empty a Kool-Aid packet into some dough and then fry it.
I didn't even hear of that.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Deep
Yeah.
fried Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Deep
so
fried Kool-Aid.
That must have been after I quit going out. Because I was no longer getting in for free.
no, I like just standard fair food. You know when you walk by and you smell the onions and the peppers cooking.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yes.
that's what I want. I
And the
don't.
smoked sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want any of the.
The
Yeah.
stuff that clogs the arteries up.
Yeah, Casey and Mom are going Monday. And did you know that in this state, the kids are excused by
Yeah.
state law, excused from school to go to the state fair?
Which we
Yeah.
used to go the first day, and take Calvin out of school and do it, but schedules didn't line up. This
I had
year.
a fight with Casey's Elementary for 2 years straight about this. They said, no, that's unexcused. And I said, here is the law.
Yeah.
I gave them the number, look it up, you don't believe me. And the first time they excused it, the second time, I fought them for like 2 weeks on it. And I said, it is a state law that she's excused for the state fair. You can't mark her unexcused. And they kept trying, and I said, I can go get an attorney. We'll go that route if you want to. Oh, no. We don't have to do all that. It's state law.
Well, if you remember back in the day where you lived, school didn't start
Till
the week after the fair. It was like that's how you knew when school was
like
starting.
after Labor Day.
What? Well, like it was whenever the fair ended.
Yeah.
That's when school started when I lived in that county.
Yeah.
Like you knew the week after the fair you were going.
Yeah. Yeah, because there was
the fair was just your last hurrah, pretty much.
I mean, I wouldn't really call it a hurrah when I was a kid. I went with my
kinda-
grandparents.
That's
It
kind of
was-
like the
was a
signal, the
cane
end
tour.
of summer. That's what that was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
The end of summer. That was your signal. The summer was
It
over
was your
with.
last hurrah of Sunner. I didn't say it was the exciting hurrah.
Of what?
Sunner.
Sunner.
Okay.
Yep.
Sunner.
That's what I thought I heard.
Get that
that's what I
Dictionary out.
Dictionary.
Sunner.
She's been up since 3. I'll cut her some slack.
I ain't been to bed yet.
I've been up before 3. I went to my room about 2. I couldn't fall asleep until about 2:50. My alarm went off at 3:10, and I did not wake up to it.
And you tell me that you went to a place that serves the drinks that would keep you up, and you didn't have any?
No.
That's the problem, Jason. She didn't
I've
power
not
up
had any caffeine.
I don't.
I got my
I
tea
don't
behind
understand
me.
it.
from the celestial animal place. What was it? Celestial Deer? What was
Yeah.
it called?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Celestial
Celestial
Deer.
Deer. That was the name of the business, Celestial Deer.
Got it. It took me a minute, but I put it together.
I believe in you.
Somebody got a text.
Not me.
Not me, or else everyone would see it.
Mommy sent one to her though.
She did.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine that's a farmer. He's a dairy farmer. I'll be out there from this evening all the way till Sunday when we load the cattle up and send them to Florida. So I'll be at the state fair.
I got a text message. Luna from Jennifer. Luna, Casey's puppy,
Oh Lord.
brought in a locust and took it to Casey's room. You have to find it before she gets home, or she will start screaming. It's still alive. I hear it.
Nice.
Well, that's about
End
as good as
quote.
when we lost all the cockroaches in my mom's house. There was 4 of them scattered about.
So yeah, we got 2 puppies together. One's for Mason, and one's for Casey. Mason's the head is starting to look a little more like a pit or a bulldog of some sort.
Yeah.
More squarish. Casey's Luna is continuing to look like a lab, but there's both sisters out of the same litter. They're both mixed, but yeah, one looks more of a pit, and the other one looks more of a lab.
Isn't it possible for dogs to have different fathers?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yes.
they sisters, same age, same litter.
Well, if it turns out to be a pit bull, you know what to expect.
Put the shot collar back on them. we had to get shot because they were jumping the fence
Oh,
out of our
gosh.
backyard. I got tired of chasing after them, so we went and got shot collars, one for each. And it took about 2 weeks, but they realized they don't need to be near that gate. That fence.
There's a pit bull that lives on my mail route
Is
that
it?
can climb the fence.
It's-
And they have like one of the 6-foot security fences. They've had to upgrade the fence because when I pull up to the bot, like he's climbing the fence like a person. Like
oh yeah, no, the 4-foot regular chain link fence.
Yeah.
They're running and take one leap over,
yeah,
right
And
over.
he jumps about halfway up this 6-foot security fence, starts climbing. So one day, and he's still a puppy. Like one day he's gonna make it over. I don't know what they're gonna put razor wire or something up there. I
Yeah.
don't know how they're gonna stop him.
Blue and Luna are 7 months old, 6-7 months old, and I mean, yeah, just a running start over. It used to be once they get over it, they go around the front and be on the front porch. It's like a game.
Yeah.
And then after 2 or 3 times of that, they go over our fence into the neighbor's yard, which is fenced except for the front gate. They don't have a front gate. No, they go to the back and jump the back fence into school, just run around for a while, and then they come back around to the front porch.
Huh. Well, at least they're not being malicious.
No, but one day, come home from work, and Luna was out. She ran 2 doors down to the neighbor. The neighbor comes out trying to help me. He bends over, and his drawers just fell.
Oh, gosh.
And I went, oh, shit. He's trying to be nice and help us, but, dude, you put a belt on. There's strings on them shorts. Do something. You know?
Yeah.
No, just
He
fell.
did do something. He let
He
him go.
pulled it up, walked a few more feet to try to bend over to grab the puppy, back down again. It's like, I don't know if this is worth it or not. I really didn't.
You know
And I
what?
just got home from
You
work.
just keep the dog. You just-
He hadn't figured
It's
out what
fine.
caused that. Just keep the dog.
You know what was happening? A ghost was pulling him down.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
ghost.
He kept getting pantsed by a ghost. Got
That's
it.
exactly what it was.
That's it. That's funny. That's funny. Well, Jazz, you got anything to add? With Little Rick not here, it's just we can't make fun of him.
I know. I mean,
gee,
oh
hold
gosh.
on.
Oh,
Hold
Look at
on.
the excitement. Look at the
Yes.
excitement.
Oh, the new improved.
Yes,
model.
I just thought of it.
Gotcha.
Oh, I just now got a notification on Twitch that we're on.
Oh, yeah. That's good to know.
Finally.
Yeah, 3 minutes ago. We're streaming.
It's weird.
Yeah, I never got a notification.
The notification showed up on my phone like immediately.
No, mine 3 minutes ago. I'm gonna send you a link to an email. Y'all talk. I'll find it real quick, and I'll show y'all. And I'll tell y'all what it is here.
Is this something I'm going to put on the screen?
Yes, you need to put it on there for them.
I don't like sitting on this side of the table. I've decided this chair's too high. Everything looks weird.
It's
I'm
because
sorry.
you're used to being in the driver's seat.
I think that's probably it. I don't know what to do with my hands.
You could have sat next to Halfsack. He doesn't bite.
Speaking of
often.
driver's seat, with your profession, how do you get used to the?
You don't even realize it.
Really?
Yeah. Like the only problem you have when you first start getting in a mail truck is you'll go to the wrong side when you're not thinking about it. Other than that, like, I don't know.
I always wondered that. I was like,
You don't even realize it. Because you're still driving on, like, the right side of the road and everything. Like, if I
Correct.
was to go to England, I think it would wreck my world. But
Right.
when I get in it, it's, like, immediately, like, the first day I drove one, it was...
so is your route all drive, or do you?
I've got 2 sets of apartments, but the rest of it's all mounted. It's a short little route. You know where Valley View is?
Mm-hmm.
That's my route.
Really?
I have that part of that street and the subdivision behind it, and then
Lamborn.
another one. Yeah.
Lamborn Boulevard.
Yeah.
I lived in the apartment right there on the corner, Lamborn. The church actually owned it.
Oh, so you're talking about like that double set right there? There's 4 of them there, or are
Yes.
you talking? Yeah. Okay.
Yep, the double set.
Yeah.
Right on the corner of Old Third and Lamborn.
How long ago?
30 minutes ago.
Probably 2 years ago.
I was your mailman.
Yeah.
That was me.
That's where I seen his face at.
Ah.
I knew I had seen him from somewhere.
Yeah, I was your mailman because I've been on that route for 10 years.
Have you really?
Which apartment?
A.
Now, was that before or after Hans switched all the boxes around?
That was after.
That
All
seems like it was just a good question.
What do you mean?
You couldn't remember at first. You're trying to.
Well,
trick
no,
me
there
up.
was a guy that lived in apartment D.
Yeah, it used to be Steve Hans.
Yeah, and somebody knocked down all of the boxes and he put them up backwards.
Yes.
And it's still not been fixed in my edit book.
He
That's because Mike did it.
he was our maintenance man at church. And
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't remember him.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, man, you're putting these boxes up backwards. He said, it'll be fine. I was like, but I'm the mailman and it won't be, but okay.
he was definitely
Yeah, I never understood, like, the setup of those apartments because sometimes I would have a parcel and the door would be locked. So then I would have to leave a notice.
Right.
Other times I'd have a parcel and I could walk right in and leave it at the door.
right.
Then the next day it would be the opposite.
It just depends on who. At one point, there was only 3 of us in the building because there's 4 apartments in there.
Yeah.
And nice.
Straight out of Japan. That's the latest version he's got. It's probably why he's not here. He's testing it out, product placement, you know. That's his new butt plug
Huh.
for the discerning animal.
Jason just goes.
I don't like how.
So we've got away from the beach.
Do you see?
That's what
Do you
it
see the
is.
title? Butt out.
I think that would do it.
I'm pretty sure that would do it.
That's so he can go in there and get the rubber balls that were stuck for many months. You know.
Oh, the ones that didn't work in the test.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it, got it.
The products that failed.
The ones that came off the strings.
That's right. That's when they discovered they needed paracord and not fishing line.
That's
I mean, it took a few tries, I'm sure.
that's gonna be painful.
Not as painful as the stuff he's testing.
I'm telling you, that right there is what I'm talking about. That thing is gonna be painful. It's
Yeah, the last ones he tried was bowling ball sizes, and then he was going up from there. So I think this is okay for him.
He is expanded
He is
out.
Experienced.
Yes.
He's got this.
okay. So
this
he's
is
in one
Little
man.
Little Rick's new invention here.
Yeah. He's got it out in the stores right now.
I mean, it seems like he's getting close to one man, one jar territory with that
That's what I was
thing.
getting ready to say. Yeah.
Ain't no cup, it's a jar. That's when it's really stuck. You know what I'm saying? This way you don't have to send the gerbils up. You know, you just get this. And you see it's got a stopper on it so you don't go too far.
Go too far.
That is
You don't
true.
want to hurt your internals. So he's put the stopper on there because, you know,
I'm
Safety
not sure
first.
With little Rick,
That's
there's
right.
Any internals
Safety
left
first.
to hurt.
you know. So he's not here to defend himself. We're going to talk about him the best we can.
Yeah, he
It's,
done left us. I got Jason here and he left. I think he's scared or just wants to prolong his massages coming.
Ah.
Again, I feel like that would violate the terms of service of Twitch, so gonna have to.
No, it's okay.
Now, did that actually get on Twitch or?
Yeah, it was on
Yeah.
All right.
there. Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
got the technology.
Got a game capture card. You wouldn't believe what I had to go through to get that to work.
God. It was not a fun experience.
That was
to
a
get
2.5
everything
week experience,
Oh, yeah?
man.
A lot of
it
code.
was
Typing in a lot of code, huh?
no, just equipment, man.
Oh.
Because the Chromecast said, no, you can't record stuff off a Chromecast. So if you turn on the capture card, the Chromecast would turn off.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we got a guy from Mars. Says
Oh.
hello. Hello,
Hey.
guy from Mars.
Hey, guy from Mars, shout out to you.
It's okay. Little Rick isn't here to start flailing about. Maybe we won't scare him as much.
Maybe we won't
Yes.
square this one off like
Yeah,
the
but-
plum thing.
Hey, have you seen what he does? We get somebody
Yeah.
on there, he starts, yeah.
Oh no, there it went.
Yeah. I've seen that.
We got to have a better orientation of new people coming to the show than that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, the part that amuses me is you guys once got the troll brigade that come in here and tried wrecking the show.
Yeah.
And then
That
you
was amazing.
successfully out-trolled the trolls, and they just stopped coming. Like,
Yeah.
that was the most impressive thing to me
We
is,
just made them part of the show. We didn't give a shit.
is you just beat them.
That's right. And they gave up.
We invited him back.
We did.
We told him
They don't
were
want
more
that.
than welcome.
They want to not be welcome and then come. Like, you should have acted like they were really bothering you, and they would have been here every episode.
Yeah, they kept
Oh,
going,
I should've
kiss
been
him, kiss him.
offended
It's
more.
like, what? Huh? You know, we did. So what's this stream all about?
Everything and nothing.
It's about a few people that just have nothing else better to do. We bullshit. That's all there is to it. That's what makes it so great. We're a couple of idiots that figured out how to operate some equipment.
Yeah.
I must say this is some
That's how I
this
would.
is some good equipment.
That's how I would express my show here, the
this-
half-hour half-sack.
You guys really outdid yourself on this.
I think that's a
Really
compliment
good
to you,
equipment.
Jace.
I have bought it a piece at a time and then busted other stuff with a hammer because I would get mad at it, and then buy something a little better to replace it.
He needed a chip out of that one and the chip out of that one and wiring out of here and a knob off of that one.
That thing right there, as soon as I can get rid of that small board that we use to run Twitch, I promise you I'm going to see if I can't blow that up with some dynamite of some kind.
Aha. Terranite? Or
I was thinking,
Tannanite?
yeah, the stuff you got to shoot.
Yeah.
I was thinking about strapping it on top of that jar.
Keep it under 55 gallons.
And then
You don't need a 16-foot crater in your yard.
well, I want like a 5-foot crater. Like I
Just
don't
a
want
5
there,
foot.
I don't want there to be a piece of that left
Uh-huh.
to be able to be identified.
You gonna do that here, or you need someplace to do that at?
Well, I can do it here. I
Oh.
mean, I've got 23 acres here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I might have to go across the creek to do it, but yeah.
This
yeah, yeah, yeah.
imaginary creek
Could we get that
Well,
on
you can see the
video?
creek standing out there. What are
with
you
an
imagining?
imaginary cabin on the other side.
Let me
Go over there.
I'm glad you all said creek. I got a question for you. The property that I got about an hour and a half from here.
Yeah.
There was many years ago, some brothers bought a lot of land around where I'm at. Okay,
Yeah.
they're not very close to me, but they're close enough. But here's the thing: they actually had commercials on the radio up here in the big city about come be an equestrian cowboy, and we've got 75 acres of or 75 miles. I'm sorry, 75 miles of equestrian trails and rolling stream, and building this place up.
Yeah.
Okay, basically you bring your own horses. They have a cleared area for you to bring a camper and camp out with your horse. That's basically all it is. Now this clear mountain stream, or what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
The stream starts on my property, and runs through a bunch of them. The way they were advertising it, you would think
it was going to be like some clear brook
creek. Yeah, you're thinking something you're
coming
going to
straight under the mountain.
You're going to have a bridge to cross over.
Yeah,
some shit.
yeah.
No.
Get the horse's ankles wet, and that's about it. Yeah.
No, this maybe 3 inches deep when it gets to their place. I mean, my area during the winter, it's deep. I mean, it's a good foot or 2 foot deep. But by the time it gets to their place, their property, it's like 3 inches. I don't know what the hell these people. They had some great PR people, evidently.
Well, our stream has several pools in it. There's places where it's ankle deep.
Right.
But then there's places where when it goes into a corner, there's like a pool that's like 15, 20 foot deep.
Okay.
And it makes like a miniature pond, for lack of a better term. And then it'll roll out of that and get shallow again, then get deep again.
So what would you consider a creek?
I think you gotta
width,
be able to like get
depth?
to shoulder level at some point in it
To be really a creek. Other than
that, it's a stream.
Stream, yeah. No, not these people. According to them, usually, it was come be an equestrian cowboy and this and that. And it's like, I heard this and it's like, this sounded like a pretty cool place. And then they said the name of the place, Bob's Ranch, okay, something generic. And I went, what? I know where that's at. I passed by that place to get to my property. What the fuck are they talking about? Did they add everybody's property up around there? Are they just free horsing around or some shit?
Well,
free horsing.
This place,
There you
this
go,
place
Jazz. Pictionary.
was advertised as having 2 waterfalls. And
your property?
Yeah, and then so like we were out here and we were like, where are the 2 waterfalls? And they were like, we gotta wait till it rains. And I'm like, so that's not really a waterfall.
Because you say waterfall, and I'm having an imagination of we're going to put something behind the waterfall. We're going to
something, yeah.
We're going to hide something in the cave behind the waterfall.
Even if it's only a foot wide, it needs to run all year round, not just when it's been pouring the rain.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a waterfall in my front ditch at the house. When you talk about that coming up the driveway.
Yeah, well,
Heavy rain.
That's exactly what it is. It's like 25 feet. It's where this place butts up to the other mountain over there, but
right.
It's not a waterfall if it doesn't run all year round.
So was that why you bought this place? Because of the waterfall?
No.
They built it up that good. You go, gotta see this. You get here and go,
2
shit.
waterfalls, a babbling brook behind you.
No, when I was younger and dumber, our place goes all the way to that mountain that you see, like behind this cabin over there.
Right.
Coming out of that mountain was a cold water spring.
Mm-hmm.
The water was delicious.
Nice.
Drunk it all the time.
Yeah.
Like an idiot.
Yeah, we do it down the farm. Kids love going in there and just getting handfuls and all that.
Ice cold. I mean, it's the coldest water you can get in the summertime.
Yeah. But it comes out of the start of this stream, or whatever you want to call it, is on our property. I mean, you can see it coming out of the ground from there, out of the side of the major hill down there.
Huh.
And it comes and it swirls around, and there's a couple of deep spots, and then down at the bottom of the hill where we cross into the woods from the flat land into the woods, you got to cross with the ATV. 90% of the year, it's 4 inches deep, I guess, in standing water. But we get a good rain or during the wintertime, stuff like that, there's a foot of water constantly running through there.
Yeah.
But the thing is these people built this up, 75, miles of trails and this, and I'm like, how do you get this? Are they just going in circles? I mean, you just straight line here, switch back here. Is that how you count in 75 miles?
Well, they probably have like a stupid trail that just constantly does figure eights through the whole thing back and forth.
That's what I'm thinking. But at the first year that I heard it on the radio, there was people camping there all the time. And after that, the brothers split up. One went to Arizona, and the other one stayed. And I ain't seen nobody down there. And all of a sudden, they drilling for oil. Uh-oh. He's talking. Well, I would.
Yes.
He wants to know about political views, and that's the
Political
one thing
views.
that
we don't talk
Eldorado
about.
Studio does not discuss unless we're making fun of somebody that did something dumb.
Talk about something you learned from your experience in life, either philosophical or technical.
We're stupid. So
The old saying, "Don't put your dick in crazy,"
okay,
is
never
not
heard that one.
true. That one's not true.
Okay.
Everybody says don't put your dick in crazy. What it should be is put your dick in crazy once, not twice. Once is super fun. Crazy people are fun. You just don't want to stick around.
I'm thinking that this guy from Mars, he's trying to get in my head, and there's not enough room in there for him.
Not enough room?
There's not enough room in there for me. I know there's empty rooms in there.
Yeah.
You just can't
Vacancy.
find
But
them.
if he came here looking for political views
Yeah.
or philosophical, whatever,
Philosophical.
get the dictionary out.
Not silicophical.
He came to the wrong place. Now, he wants to come here, bullshit, and have a good time. Love to have you.
We're here.
Yeah, I'm pro-Canadian.
You want to talk about something other than politics, religion? We're good with that. Or philosophical, technical. Technical, I can get technical with you. Technically, I only got one nut. That's why I'm called Halfsack. Technically.
Technically.
That is true.
This
Technically.
is true.
I've already given my philosophical advice
Don't stick your dick in crazy.
twice.
Twice.
They always say never do it, and what I'm saying is that
Once
first
is
time
fine.
is amazing. You just don't want to do twice because then you're caught up. You're in a relationship.
Aha.
It's one and you're out.
One and done.
Now you don't marry crazy,
No.
but crazy sure is fun.
Okay, so Jay, you're saying that once is okay, twice is a relationship.
Yeah, you don't go not with crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like a normal person may be okay.
Okay.
But
I just wanted
crazy,
to clarify that.
even crazy people realize it was just once. It's
Right.
probably nothing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Twice, they can build a whole relationship around twice.
Guy from Mars says he's fine with anything, but since I'm asked for my opinion, it was merely my suggestion.
Okay. You're fine with... What else you want to talk about? We ready.
And then you gotta wait for that delay.
It's the big
10
pause.
seconds.
I wonder if
delay.
his name is a reference to Stranger in a Strange Land. How about that?
Stranger in a strange...
Stranger in a Strange Land?
It was a good book.
Is that
Pumpkin
Just be
book.
like,
Oh, it's a book?
Yeah.
I have no clue about
I
that.
thought it was going to be on something like a UFO.
If it comes
or
on the
something
movies or
like
TV,
Did you ever watch Starship Troopers?
I've tried several times.
No,
I'll put a
never
try.
mind. Never mind.
I can't get past the big bugs, and then all of a sudden they're in space or some shit, and
Yeah.
I don't have 4 hours to waste.
I think it's only 2.5.
Oh, okay.
It may feel like a
It's
long
hard, it's
time.
hard to follow. I'll put it that way. It's hard to follow. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I don't-
Guy
I don't
from
get it
Mars, we're here the first and third Fridays of the month. We actually have somebody else that's here, Little Rick. What the hell? I'm caught. Little Rick is usually here. He's not here today, whenever you're...
whatever day this is or
That's
time
right.
it is.
And that's
We'd
why
like
you're
to have you
facing so
come
red.
back. Come back. Little Rick will go with you,
Yeah.
one-on-one with all that bullshit. He's the technical philosophical person of the group.
A guru.
Yeah,
He's the one that pushes Halfsack's buttons. That's why he's so calm right now.
yeah.
Hmm.
He does.
He knows what buttons. push.
Halfsack's blood pressure is like mellow today.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's a little odd.
Usually he's really excited by now.
We're probably going to have to get him to bring in one of his latest invention he's selling there, the big orange butt plug.
Is that for Jason's massage?
I don't know.
That thing ain't coming nowhere near me.
Jason
Right.
said negative. Not
No.
coming around.
No, that is not a thing that's going to happen.
Well, I thought that was the security measure for anything else that he used, just in case.
No.
No,
No.
it's okay.
You know,
you won't see it
I'm
coming.
gonna tell him to put a string on it, like on a boat. You know, boat motor. You had to pull a string. Puts that on there and it'll clean you right out as it comes.
Well, now you know.
like a top. You know what I'm saying? You put it on there, gyroscope, and just
The big ass anal beads could have been used in conjunction with the big boob blow up doll, but that new invention,
he
we cannot
he
have
is
it.
taking
It
your.
cannot
That's
be.
where he's at. He's taking your idea of the big boob, whatever.
Big boob blow up doll,
Big boob blow.
along with the donkey dick dildo.
Oh, good God. We're going to have more initials here instead of the BAAB.
So you know we thought we were going
Hold
to
on.
put
I got
them
to
in.
write this down.
We thought we were going to put them in a package deal, but the new invention, the big blue blow up doll won't stay.
Well, that'll be.
She'll just go.
No, that'll definitely pop the
Yeah.
PVC on that.
Yeah. Well, we won't include it with that package.
Okay. All right.
That
So
won't be
little Rick
included.
needs some more.
Need some more ideas.
Yeah.
And you can't sell this in Alabama. It's against the law in Alabama
Exactly.
for any of this.
Yeah.
You
Check
can
your
only-
local listings.
You can only sell back massagers in Alabama. That's it.
So, what do you guys do for a living?
The least we can get by
all-
with.
We work for all federal governments, Black Ops. That's what we do.
No, mine's not
And it
really
just
black
got
ops.
Boy,
It's more blue ops.
blue ops.
Ops.
It's more It's the one government agency where the worse you are, the higher you get promoted, so that you can quit screwing up the job you're on now, and they just move you up to the next one.
That's right.
Then if you're screwing that up, well, let's move him on up and get him out of here.
Yeah. Just get him up to the top so he can not fuck anything up down on below here.
Yeah, I picked a bad day to miss from what I heard. They come in and cleaned out all the supervisors last night.
Oh, is that
Did
right?
they really?
Yep. Yep.
All that.
Maybe you might have
wow.
been next in line.
No. They've offered me that job twice, and I've said, no, thank you, no.
No.
I'll answer the phone for a few minutes, but I'm not taking none of these jobs.
You don't want that much on your plate.
Well, me and Jazz are the only ones here that don't work for the government.
That's true.
Well, no, Rick
Well, no
owns his
one
own
knows of.
company, Big Ass Anal Beads.
True.
You know, so he's
True.
making his millions there in that market.
It's his own government agency. He governments
Right.
himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
You know,
His house has multiple
he's
time
over
zones.
in the east. You know, Japan
Exactly, Jazz.
and Australia.
Multiple
and,
time zones.
Yeah.
And he's a sovereign citizen, so.
Oh yeah, that's the important part there.
Yeah, so he is
He has his own
government.
diplomatic immunity.
Yes, that he's provided to himself.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wrote it on the back of a napkin. You know, he just pulled over. Look, I got diplomatic immunity. The country of anal beads in the sovereign
He's got
state of.
hashtag Bab Army on the bottom.
Yeah.
Approves.
Here's our phone number, BAB. You know.
That's the seal. Is hashtag Bab Army.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's official.
Yeah.
That's in wax.
All right. Well, we're gonna close this show out. We've been here about an hour or so. It's half hour, half sack, the longest half hour of your life. Got anything to close us out? Any last wishes? Any?
I'm excited for more knives.
I am. I'm gonna bring you more. And I meant to bring some ponds for you.
Oh, the forms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still want them?
We still probably want one.
Okay.
We're
I'll
probably
bring 'em
gonna
both.
dig one when it gets cool.
GE Custom says, best believe Bab.
There he is.
He's back.
He's taking a break from his research and development of the orange one.
I think the trial just ended. He's waiting so he can start the next one.
Ah.
Gotta give it a little
That's
break
probably
between
it
the
right there.
trials.
Yeah.
He could also be in the waiting room of the emergency room to get that one removed.
He doesn't go
He's
to
a
the
little- he's a
emergency
little
room.
sore
He
right
just
now.
finds a new one to finally get it out.
Got it.
KY Jelly's not working anymore. He's gone for the patrol.
Sorry, had work to do.
Oh, we know. We know about your trials.
We know about your work.
That's right. We let everybody know about the work you're working on and your diplomatic immunity. All right, well, I guess we're going to close the show. See y'all in 3 weeks because there's a bye week.
Yeah.
There's three somethings in this month. 5 somethings in this month. There's a bunch of somethings in this month. I just know it's 3 weeks.
We'll be back on the first week of the month.
That's right, the first Friday of next month. First Friday of September.
I may not be here on that one.
Don't tell me that.
You
Because-
can't leave me, Mike.
No, you just got here.
You just became official. You can't leave us yet.
Your hazing hasn't begun yet.
I missed that one.
What?
I'll be in Panama City Beach.
No,
Florida.
you're not. We're going. Yeah, y'all can video conference him in, right?
We don't have that technology.
Oh, come on! I bet you do.
He can come in on Twitch and you can call him till he answers. And if you don't answer, you're just gonna keep calling him till he answers.
Can do that.
Back on After Lodge, when we used to have to do that, you were talking like I had to buy 7 extra cables for it one time to figure out how to do it.
Is that right?
It was a pain.
Thanks, Little Rick.
We had to use circuits that we had never used before, FX send and FX return, and because you got to be able to cut out the voice feeding back to them, and then they also had to be able to hear. I had shit drawn on paper. It was a hot mess, man.
You try to. Here's Mike. Here's what he looks
See
like.
you
He's a
guy from
stick
Mars.
figure. Here.
Come back on.
Here's Little Rick.
6th
He's a
of
stick
September.
figure.
Nice meeting you, guy from Mars.
Guy from Mars. See you next time. All right. Well, we're out of here.